Hey guys, this is your girl Paula, the Queen from Queens. These are money minutes that matter. This is a talkback show where you call me with money questions and I give you money answers. This is a show where we become accountability partners. We'll walk hand in hand to eliminate debt, to help you to secure your financial future, and to optimize your health. We're here to work with you. You can call me and leave me a voicemail or a text on 301-246-6644. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. We have Sarah on the line. Hey Sarah, how you doing today?
Hi Paula.
How are you?
Good. I'm calling in from DC, and I just wanted to get some advice from you about my financial situation.
Okay.
Could I go ahead and just tell you a little bit about myself?
Absolutely. I'm here for you.
Okay. So I am 25 years old. I'm currently a graduate student in an anesthesia program here, and I am $167,000 in debt.
You said $167,000 in student loan debt?
Yes, and it's increasing. I'm only halfway done with my program. I actually took a leave of absence because my mom was having some health issues, and it gave me some time to just think, and I think it was a reality check that by the end of this, I'm probably going to be close to $300,000 in debt. So as someone who's a CRNA and who is a financial coach, I wanted to get your advice. I talked to my family and some of my friends and was getting advice from them, and I just, I'm overwhelmed, and I'm stressed out. I don't know what to do.
Okay. And what is your family telling you, Sarah?
Well, my mom just told me to follow my heart. That was basically, she's like, whatever feels right, you should do it. So if that means continuing on with school, go ahead. If not, then, then that's fine. My older sister said, everyone's in debt, so, it's fine. There's not one person who's not in debt, and so you just pay your payments, and if, you die with debt, it is what it is.
Okay.
And my brother, he really just told me, he's like, I can't tell you to not go back to school, but you're going to be in an astronomical amount of debt once you're done, and it's going to be extremely difficult to pay it off. And he works in finance, so he just really made me feel like that I wasn't sure whether or not I should continue going back to school or not, because it's not something that I want to be shackled to for the rest of my life. I really went into this thinking that I would be able to pay it off, in maybe 2, 3, 4 years, and then I could just live my life. But now I'm realizing that there's a possibility that, this is going to impact a lot of the decisions that I make for the next 20 years, based on what he said. So, I wanted to get your advice, and I wanted to ask you what you think I should do.
Well, Sarah, I got to tell you, you're walking into my professional shoes, and as the audience may or may not know, my primary profession is that I am a nurse anesthetist. I am a registered nurse licensed to give anesthesia, which is the profession that you're looking to go into. I got to tell you, I love what I do. I love when I do it, and I love the people that I serve. But student loan debt is real. We have a nation that has a student loan debt crisis of $1.6 trillion. And I honestly believe that both the schools and the banks are complicit. The schools are raising the cost of tuition. The banks are freely giving out money. They're saying, oh, you want money? You have the potential of paying back. You're going to be in the upper middle class. We're going to shackle you to this debt for the next 20 years. So you're absolutely correct. Now, I got to tell you, as a mom, I know mothers want to see the best for you, and they want you to make the best decisions possible. Your sister's right. Americans, we're just numb to debt. We've been trained that debt is normal. We have car debt, we have house debt, we have credit card debt, we shop on debt, we go buy food, we vacation on debt. Everyone thinks debt is normal. My true belief is debt is a disease that can be cured. And your brother, and he is in finance, he's so very right. you're looking at 20 years possibly of debt. So let me ask you this. How much undergrad debt did you have?
I had $24,000.
24,000. So that means that you have graduate debt of 133,000 and you're not done.
Right.
Okay. And you're thinking you're going to need an additional $100,000 to finish your last year of graduate school?
Yes.
Why 100,000? How much does the tuition cost you for the remaining year?
It's about 50,000.
Tuition remaining is 50,000. And so where do you get the other 50,000? What is that for?
My cost of living.
Your cost of living. Are you living in a mansion?
No.
Do you have any other debt? Do you have credit card debt? Do you have automobile debt? What's that cost of living?
I was just thinking my apartment, utilities, gas, insurance. I mean, it was like an estimated cost, about $25,000 each year of graduate school.
Okay. So Sarah, I know that you're a registered nurse. And I know on average registered nurses in DC make about $30 to $35 an hour. Is that correct?
Yep, that's correct.
Are you currently working?
I'm not currently working.
Why?
Well, for the last couple of months, I was helping my mom with her daycare.
Okay.
But after that, it's been about a month that I haven't really been helping her as much because we hired someone. So
Okay.
I could get a job. I could. But I haven't really been on top of that, honestly.
Well, Sarah, let me tell you what I would do professionally and personally. Personally, I think that you're in a very noteworthy profession. I love what I do. And I think there's so much more of a need for people like us to be in our profession and serve the American public. Healthcare providers, we're gems, and people who have passion to be in our profession, I encourage you to be there. I don't encourage you to take out more debt. So what I would say to you as a registered nurse, you need to go out and get a job. You can go out and make a job and make about $3,000 a month for the next 6 to 7 months and have the money that you need to pay off your tuition without taking any additional debt. And I'm sure with nurse anesthesia, your salary will probably more than double. And at that point, I would encourage you to put your life on hold. Are you married, Sarah?
No, I'm not.
Okay, do you have any children?
I don't.
So even if you decide to get married or have children, by the time you pay off your debt, your child may be 3 to 5 years old. I'm saying work a day of overtime per pay period. Because I work with a lot of other nurse anesthetists who came out of graduate school with $180,000 to $250,000 of debt. And I tell them the same thing. Don't say, I deserve to go on vacation. I deserve to go on a safari. I deserve to drive a Mercedes. I'm saying to you, live your life for the next 5 years very, very frugally. Every additional dollar that you need, that you do not need outside of your living expenses, dump it into your debt. And I promise you, if you're consistent, within 4 to 5 years, you can pay off $170,000 of student loan debt. I say that to you, and I welcome you into our profession.
I appreciate that, Paula. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you calling me.
I think I will start applying for jobs as soon as possible. And then, like you said, just stop adding to my debt. I think that's definitely a big problem of mine. I think debt's been normalized for me my entire life. And just listening to you just makes me realize how much, I really need to just unnormalize it for myself and really make myself realize that it is a disease and it's not something that I should keep adding to, honestly. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, I wish you to make oodles of noodles your very best friend.
Yes, from now on, no more eating out.
You have a great day, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hi, we have Darnell on the line from Queens. Hey, Darnell, how you doing?
How you doing, Queen? I'm okay. And you?
I'm good. Thanks for calling. What's going on with you?
Well, I just recently proposed to my now fiance, and I want to know how I can go about saving money to pay for the wedding.
That is amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm a girl. Please tell me the details. How'd you do it?
Well, I took her to a concert recently, about 2 months back, and a nice R&B concert with Jagged Edge over here in the Barclays. That was just recently in the Barclays.
Okay.
The ladies' night. It was right after Valentine's Day.
Oh, way cool.
And I proposed to her in front of a bunch of people we ain't even know. And she said yes, and but she said she felt a little embarrassed when she got home. That was it.
You sound like a romantic. I'm so excited for you.
Trying to be.
Now, I got to tell you, I've been married for a long time, and I can still tell you the details of my wedding, because for women, details are important. So, have you guys discussed the budget?
No. Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Does she know you're calling me?
Recently wanting to talk about what we're going to do for the wedding day, but just at that time, I wasn't in the mood to talk about it.
Does she know you're calling me?
No.
Well, if she sees this on YouTube, you're going to be in big trouble. So tell me something. What's your household income? What's your household income?
I'd probably say with both of us about 70,000.
70,000. Okay. Do you guys have any debts?
Well, she has a few credit cards. I don't have any credit, and so I got student debt loans I have to pay.
Okay, so how much approximately in credit cards, do you know?
No, I think she's thinking about $2,000 to $3,000.
$3,000.
Two separate cards adds up to about $2,000 to $3,000.
Okay, and what's your student loan debt, Donnell?
19,000.
19,000. Okay, and how about any car debts?
I just pay car insurance, and I fix my own car, so I ain't got to worry about that.
Okay, I love that.
Pay car insurance.
I love that. Well, I got to tell you, my motto has always been, debt is a disease that can be cured. Debt is real. We as a nation, we have $22 trillion of debt. We have consumer debt of $1 trillion of credit card debts. Debt is real. Now, I got to tell you, although I love the fantasy of a wedding, for me, it's more important what happens after. Now, I recently had a wedding for my niece, and we as a family, we took on the debt ourselves. One aunt provided the gifts, one aunt provided the drinks, I provided the cake, the grandmother provided the wedding gown. And I want to say that the bride and groom, their total cost was maybe $2,000 to $3,000. It's not worth going into debt, spending $10,000 to $15,000 to $20,000 for one day to ensure that everyone else is happy at your wedding and you have the debt to take care of after. So my advice to you, Darnell, is you need to get with your fiance and create a budget.
Okay.
You need to create a budget, one, for your current living expenses. Two, do you guys have any retirement savings?
Well, I have a partial pension from another job that I worked before I started.
Okay.
I became a mechanic.
Okay. And how much is that pension?
That's about it.
How much is that pension?
I think it was 50,000.
50,000, that's excellent. 50,000 with compound interest can net you a long way 20 years from now. But I would honestly suggest that you get with your fiance, have a nice romantic candlelight dinner, and whip out a piece of paper and talk about the budget. Most importantly, talk about the cost of that wedding gown, because they can be really expensive.
Yes, I've seen a few of them shows.
Well, Darnell, do me a favor. Send me a picture of you and your bride at your wedding, okay?
Okay, I will do.
Okay, thanks for calling. These are crazy times. Corona is having us hibernate in our houses like bears. I want you to tune into EAJ1023radio.com for some excellent music, R&B, classic soul, hip hop. Let's party, guys. Hey, hey. We have Emma on the line from Hyattsville, Maryland. Hey, Emma, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Paula. How are you today?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm calling because I'm having some few issues with my budget and my the way I've basically tried to save money. I'm having a hard time putting my budget together because I don't see where my money goes. Everything goes out, but I don't see where it goes. And I'm having to basically take a lot of payday loan, and I cannot put all my total together, and then I'm not able to save any money, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Well, I got to tell you, Emma, that more than 80% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. So let's see if we can help you budget, okay?
Okay.
What's your household income? Emma?
Yes.
What's your household income?
My income is $37,000. I can round it to $38,000.
$38,000. Is that you? Is that two people, one person?
Well, this is one person. Adding up with my husband, that will be $50,000.
$50,000. Okay.
Yes.
So tell me, what are some of your expenses? What does your debt look like?
My debt looks basically, I have 2 car loans. I have 2 debt consolidation, 3 payday loan, insurance, what else? Credit union, credit cards, and that's pretty much what I have besides the everyday expenses that I have. My rent, my cable, my phone bill, food, gas, and everything adds up when I look at it.
Okay, so tell me, how much do you owe in car loans?
In car loan altogether, I owe close to $40,000.
$40,000 in car loans, okay. And how about your 2 consolidated loans?
Altogether will total $10,000.
And what were those loans for, Emma?
The loans basically are loans that I'm taking to pay off some bills like credit cards, some gas for the car, other bills that are coming, like expenses that I'm not expecting, like emergency, and it keeps adding on, and I have to take another loan to pay off the loan that I took to take care of that. So I keep taking loan just to pay off what I have because I don't have any money on the side.
So tell me, what are your credit card amounts?
My credit card will be $3,000.
$3,000. And then you said you have 2 payday loans. What are your payday loans? What are the amounts of those?
The max that I have on one payday loan is $600. One is $500. The other one is $300.
Okay.
And I'm paying weekly.
You're paying weekly. So let me ask you this, Emma. Is there any way that you can bring in some additional income? Like doing overtime on your job, getting a second job, maybe selling some stuff?
Selling some stuff, I do that. Whenever I get a chance, I look into my closet, see what I have extra that I can sell. I do Uber on the side also, so every money that I get, I try to put it to the side, but it goes to emergency or it goes to anything else. And over time, I can do that. Some days we do have availability for overtime, but I rely on Uber to get most of my money on the side.
You know, I got to tell you, what I think you need to do is, first of all, you need to get a budget. And it sounds to me because you have $50,000 of consumer loan debt.
Yes.
Now that's all consuming. And I think ultimately you and your husband need to get together and write a budget. And to see, even if there's just an additional $100 a month, first of all, you got to get rid of those payday loans. Payday loans are beyond vicious. Payday loans, the average interest rate is 391% within the first 2 weeks. After that, the interest rate becomes 521%. So let me explain to you about payday loans. The average payday loan is $375 at 15% interest. So that's $15 per $100 that you borrow.
Wow.
So that makes that $375 an additional $56.26 for a total of $431.25. But If you don't pay back within 2 weeks, it now mounts up with another additional fee of $64.69, giving you a total of almost $500 within 1 month's time. Payday loans are vicious, and I can tell you a number of states, including the state of Maryland, does not allow payday lenders to participate in their states. So how are they getting around that? They're changing the names to we fix this or we give money. They no longer call themselves payday loans, but they are. So what I encourage you to do first and foremost is one, sit down with your husband and stop spending.
Okay.
You need to go on a rice and peas and chicken diet for the next 3 to 4 years.
Well, we'll have to. We can never see the ending of it.
Yeah.
Like you were saying with the payday, it keeps adding up. We don't see any ending, and we'll have to do that.
So let me ask you this. Are you saving anything? Are you saving for retirement?
No.
No. And ultimately, I can guarantee you one thing. I can guarantee that you're going to age. And I can guarantee you that if you live, that you're going to need to retire. How old are you, Emma?
41.
You're 41. So if you work for another 25 years, you're going to have to be in a position where you can save for your retirement. So you and your husband are going to have to get yourselves together. And I know this is a crazy time with Corona, and people are losing their jobs, and people are being asked to stay home, and we're shutting down states. This is frightening. But once it rebounds, and let me also discourage you from taking out any additional loans.
Okay.
I'm reading and I'm listening and I'm hearing everyone saying, use your credit card to buy food. Take out a home equity line of credit in order to pay off your expenses. Don't do that. Don't fall into the trap. Debt is a disease.
It's very tempting.
I know it's tempting, but as you can see, you're in a vicious cycle because you use one loan to pay off other loans and your debt load's just increasing. So let me encourage you not to do that. Take on a second income, babysit, cook, tend somebody's garden, do something to bring in some cash. And we can get ready to payday loans first, and then itemize your loans from smallest to biggest and get them paid off.
Okay.
Okay?
That would be helpful.
Thank you.
Definitely will work on that.
Well, I'm praying for you. Thank you for calling in, okay?
Thank you so much, Paula. Thank you for your advice.
Thank you. Have a great day.
And you too. Bye-bye.
Hey, we have Lamar on the line. Hey, Lamar, how you doing?
I'm all right, Paula. I'm actually I'm excited that you answered the call. I always hear your voice on 1023, EHA 1023 radio. And I'm excited that you picked up. How's it going today?
I'm good. Thanks for being a loyal listener. What can I do for you?
I was looking into buying cryptocurrency.
Cryptocurrency. Wow. Now, what do you know about cryptocurrency?
I know a little bit about Bitcoin and Litecoin. But maybe you have a little bit of information for me? Is like the right time to buy it, perhaps?
Good question. I gotta tell you, Bitcoin, all of those cryptocurrencies, those are digital assets. And my concern with them, not that they're not picking up and not that they're not doing well, but they're not backed by any government. Our dollar is backed by the United States government. The euro is backed by the European Union. And the pound is backed by the Queen in England. But cryptocurrency is not backed by anyone. So that's a concern for me. I can tell you about 4 years ago when Bitcoin was all the rave, we bought about 4 or 5 shares. And instantly, within a couple of weeks, it went up 50%. And then my husband decided he's going to cash it out, and he did. And about 2 or 3 weeks later, it went up another 50%, and I was hot. But a month after that, it came tumbling down to less than half of what we purchased it for. So there's a lot of turbulence in that market. As in any market, I actually don't encourage anyone to buy individual stocks anymore.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you picked up and I'm speaking to you.
Well, you know, and I can't speak for you because I'm not a stockbroker, but I can tell you that Bitcoin, before all of this coronavirus, Bitcoin was at $9,700 per share. Now it's at about $6,100 per share. And then Litecoin, I believe was like $75 a share before all of this with coronavirus. Now it's about $37 a share. But there's so many of these cryptocurrencies.
What about the other one? It's right on my head. Ethereum? I may say it wrong.
Let me tell you, Lamar, there are 6,000 cryptocurrencies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
I only know 3.
See, and there's 6,000. So how do you know which one to invest in? It's very risky and it's very speculative. Mm-hmm. In any digital asset, I believe that sometime in the future it may be more secure. But very honestly, instead of buying an individual stock, why don't you look into maybe buying some type of fund? Now, I buy all of my funds through my 401k, my 403b, and my SEP IRA. I buy everything in a fund. So when you buy funds, it mitigates the risk. So what that means is if one stock goes down, then maybe the other stocks will level off or some may go up. So it mitigates the risk. So maybe you have some sort of balance so that you're not losing everything.
I was just going to say, it sounds like there's a balance right there. Okay.
And it sounds like you need to do a lot of homework. Tell me this, how much are you planning on spending on Bitcoins or any cryptocurrency?
Maybe a few hundreds or maybe 1,000.
Okay, so let me encourage you to do this. When purchasing anything, whether it's an individual or it's a fund, first you need to do your homework. You need to find out how to research these companies and how strong they are on the market. Secondly, I would never encourage you to put $1,000 in at one time. In medicine, we do what's called divided dosing of medications. So I'm going to encourage you to do divided dosing of purchases. So if you purchase $200 a week or $200 a month, so if the stock is high at one point, you're buying less of a stock. But if it drops, you're in a position to buy more of that same stock. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Well, if you want to buy some of these tokens and invest in your future, I strongly encourage it. But I ask you to be wise and do your homework first.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Now that you laid it down, and yeah, maybe I was going to go in a little bit too high when I could have started a little bit low.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. And unless you can buy a $9,700 stock, then that's a different story.
I don't think I can afford that.
Well, thanks for calling in, Lamar. You have a great day.
No problem. Have a good one.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, we have Tanya Brown from Massapequa on the line. Hey, Tanya, how you doing?
I'm fine. Hey, Queen. I hear you on 1023. I'm sorry, EAJ 1023 radio on Saturdays, and I was glad to get through the line to give you a call regarding some issues that I'm having financially.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I've been on EAJ 1023 on Money Minutes That Matter on Saturdays with Eddie OJ for the past about 9 to 10 months. So thanks for listening and thanks for calling in today. What can I do for you?
Okay, I'm having some financial issues regarding, I had a separation from my husband going over almost 2 years now. And leaving him in our home, and he hasn't been paying the mortgage, and left us in a foreclosure status with the bank at this time. So I'm currently involved with a realtor and possibly have a buyer for the home, which most company is allowing us to put up for a short sale at this time. So with that being in process, trying to hold back the mortgage company from doing the foreclosure as quick as they would like. I was thinking about filing bankruptcy, and I just needed some insight on that, and they wanted to know if this may be a good idea to help me with getting back on track.
Okay. So, Tanya, tell me, what's your household income?
My income is about $63,000 a year.
$63,000 a year. And what other debts do you have, Tanya?
I have a vehicle with a balance of probably 18,000 left.
Okay. And any other problems besides your automobile debt?
And I have medical bills that's been hindering my credit that I haven't been paying on. And it's probably about $15,000.
You said $15,000 in medical debt that you have not been paying on that's impacting your credit score? Do you know what your credit score is?
Mm-hmm.
What's your credit score, Tanya?
It's in the low fives.
Low fives, okay. Okay, so Tanya, I gotta tell you that your situation doesn't sound easy, being separated from your husband, and you decided to leave him in the home and he hasn't paid the mortgage and now you're being foreclosed upon. That's not an easy decision. So my question to you is, first, you gotta make sure that you secure your personal environment right now and ensure that your home is safe in your new living situation. Have you contacted your creditors in the medical field and asked them for some sort of payment plan?
I truly haven't.
You have not.
No.
And you said you have not been paying on these medical expenses.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Well, I got to tell you that filing for bankruptcy is not easy, and you should not do this alone. This is something that requires a bankruptcy attorney. And there are two types of bankruptcies. The first one is a Chapter 7. And a Chapter 7 says, I can't do anything. It says that I'm possibly not working, I can't maintain my current living situation, and there's no way I can find any other situation to get out of this current debt situation. So ultimately, what the judge may decide to do is to take any assets that you currently have, divide that amongst your creditors, and then cancel everything out. But for the next 10 years, that Chapter 7 will be on your credit report. Now, with the Chapter 13, that's different. It's where your debt is restructured. And with your debt being restructured, it negotiates your balance down from what your creditors have to something that's more manageable for you for the next 3 to 5 years. With this restructuring, it still impacts your credit report for the next 7 years. But as I said to you, this is not something to do lightly. You need to talk to a bankruptcy attorney and discuss what are the pros and cons of you, one, negotiating yourself with your creditors and working out a payment plan, or two, filing for either Chapter 7 or Chapter 13. But I believe in you, Tanya, and I think what you're doing now in terms of seeking counseling financially and for an attorney, I think that's the best thing for you.
Okay.
So I hope that that was helpful, and I'd like to hear back from you with your decision. So call me back anytime, okay?
Okay. Will do. Thank you for your advice.
Thank you, Tanya, for calling.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. This was an amazing show. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all those who called into the show. Money in Minutes That Matters is here for you. We at Roberts Target Financials, we are an accountability coaching service. We help to coach you from the disease of debt. Follow us on www.robertstargetfinancials.com. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Have an amazing day.
Roberts Targets Financial is not a certified professional service of finances, brokers, accountants, taxes, insurance, or legal. We research the advice that is given to provide the most accurate, up-to-date information. This information is designed to work in conjunction with your information. All information is suggestions. We recommend that you consult with a trusted, licensed professional for your specific decisions. All information is for general purposes. We are not liable for any losses or gains. We accept no responsibility for any decisions made after participating on or from listening to the show or from Roberts Targets Financials.